Subbu, very honored to be speaking to you today. We are a day away, not even 24 hours away from the budget. And one of the segments that we've been listening, talking, and I've had the chance to speak to the finance minister, where the focus of the country is to revive the MSME and then the SME segment. You work very closely with this segment. I want to understand in this context, what is the current frontier that enterprise software solution provider like SAP hopes to conquer?
So Shradha, as SAP, we've been in the country for a shade under 25 years. And in the last 25 years, we've got about 13,000 customers in the country. Okay, it so happens that 80% of our customer base are small and medium enterprises. Okay, so obviously we've been here for a long time, and we've been doing a lot of right things for customers to believe in SAP for the technology roadmap. Right, in all of these years, we've seen a lot of things. We've seen some of these small enterprises grow into large enterprises. We've seen the deployment of software. We've seen the deployment of software move from capex heavy on-prem to OpEx cloud. We have seen technology move from just core automation of processes to line of business applications. So we have seen a whole lot of evolution. But the big change, and to the pandemic that has been affecting us recently, the big change is that companies are increasingly realizing the value that cloud brings to your organization. It brings innovation. It brings best practices to you. It reduces the cycle time for you to get onto your journey. So as a technology company, as a trusted advisor to so many customers in this country, we would want to empower MSMEs in this country to be globally competitive with technology. Okay, and for that, the obvious vehicle should be cloud today. So the frontier that we see is how do we get the MSME community in this country to appreciate that cloud is not a difficult investment. Cloud is the calling of the day. You utilize cloud to get your objectives met through technology, and SAP can help. We are seeing a massive V-shaped recovery in this coming year, and we believe a lot more companies will start trusting cloud on their journey, and we believe we are all set. So this is the frontier that, if anything, we have to be very, very cognizant of.
Yeah, rightly said, cloud is the calling of the day. Yes. SAP continues to make investment in India. What are the various things or factors you'd say which is fueling this optimism in India, optimism in the whole India story?
Yeah, so we've been here for a little under 25 years, as I said, and with so many customers, we have obviously been very optimistic on this country. Customer focus has been our obsession since our inception. Okay, and to make sure that we are able to deliver on the expectations of the customer community, we have to be ahead in the innovation game. We just started the post-pandemic era, Shradha, with an announcement of 500 crore investment into India. We are bringing our cloud solutions to India data centers. So thereby, we are also adhering to the local regulations, and we are coming closer to our customers and our partners. Right? We believe that in the coming times, we believe MSMEs are going to get on to SAP and are going to get on to technology in a big way. And that's why we believe that this is our commitment towards India becoming self-reliant, and we helping India on this Atmanirbhar journey. So I would say the whole concept of self-reliance with the pandemic pushing digital transformation, and with such a huge customer base that we have in the country, we are extremely bullish about what the future has in store, and the next 3 years are going to be very exciting for us.
What are some of the interesting ways in which you saw MSMEs step up to the challenge, and what were some of the tools that you saw them using? You worked so closely with them.
Yeah, so it was quite interesting. I mentioned some time back that digital has untethered the business and their workspaces, right? Without digital and without technologies, this would not have been possible at all. This is what the world has come to realize now. But there have been interesting ways. I also mentioned necessity is the mother of invention. There have been very interesting ways in which companies have utilized this time to change themselves. Okay, there has been. I'll give you a few examples. Maybe one example I can talk about is a company called CP Milk in north of India. They embarked on a digital transformation a couple of years back. They are into distribution of milk. Okay, so with SAP, they were able to connect 100,000 farmers. Okay, across 200 plus villages. Okay, across north of India,
Wow.
and
Wow.
during the pandemic time, none of their payments to the farmer community or the supply chain got impacted. So digital helped them at this time. Okay. There are a couple of other examples in the CPG space, consumer-facing food space, where they utilize this time to invest into SAP's Qualtrics tool, which gives you a always-on survey into the customer experiences and the customer expectations. So they were able to fine-tune themselves on a regular basis by being very closely connected with their customers. So we have seen MSMEs and companies overall come up with very unique ways of addressing this pandemic issue. Okay, I also spoke about Navneet Publications, and Navneet Publications digitize their entire textbooks. Correct? Education has completely changed. So everywhere you see, technology has a role to play, and I can go on and on. There are so many such experiences we have seen in the last 1 year. It's unimaginable. People have just risen to the occasion and I would say, transformed themselves or reinvented themselves very, very differently.
Yeah, but this is very heartening to hear all these stories. Yeah, and it has been enabled through technology. This is very encouraging. Coming to the question, coming closer to your domain, how has the nature of selling changed for MSMEs, and how can they reap the benefits of digital transformation to improve their sales?
So MSMEs, I would say, have faced several issues. The issues are not just selling. The prime issue for MSMEs today is how do I get access to more markets, right? Whether it be local, whether it be global. Okay, we have helped them do that, but for MSMEs specifically, everything is remote. Okay, whether it be production, whether it be employee experience, whether it be customers, it's all remote. Okay, so for MSMEs, selling has been even more difficult. For a technology company, it's not that difficult, but for a manufacturing company, it's not that easy, right? So the nature of selling for MSMEs has completely been transformed. They have to be online with their prospects and customers. They have to identify, they have to acquire, they have to discover, and then they have to have a seamless process of closing the transaction and then getting the payments through, right? So I would say the biggest impact that technology has had on them is in their interaction with their customers. The way it has changed our interaction, it has changed their interaction as well. So for MSMEs, this has been a huge change. Okay, as I mentioned some time back, not all of them were at the same stage of their digital transformation, digital journeys. So it has impacted them differently. The ones that have been able to jump onto this digital bandwagon have been able to address a bigger part of the market far more smoother than the others.
Want to understand from you, Subbu, SAP's focus on skilling for the Indian market, and what are some of the various initiatives that you've taken in this regard?
Yeah, so we believe skilling is extremely important. If the MSME sector has to grow, there has to be upskilling and multi-skilling manifold. Okay, today's technical education doesn't cover cutting-edge requirements that the industry needs, and this is where SAP has stepped in. We have identified that skilling represents a big gap for MSMEs in their expansion journey. Okay, so along with the United Nations Development Program, along with NASSCOM, along with Pratham Foundation, we have curated a program called Code Unnati. Now, this is the largest, corporate to citizen digital literacy program. What we do is, we have established training centers across various parts of the country, okay, where we impart digital training to youth. We also do a train the trainer program so that we are making them self-sufficient. Okay, we have now taken this onto a digital platform, on an Android platform. Code Unnati is now available digitally. So MSMEs now can actually log into Codeunnati and take advantage of these courses that are available online. Okay, so we believe that there are three aspects to any digital transformation. First is, can you use technology to get access to markets? Two is, can you use technology to skill your employees and make them ready for newer business that's going to come in? And three is, can technology be made far more affordable, okay, and far more easier to
Yeah.
consume? So we are playing on all these fronts. We are working on skilling as the most important area where our contribution can be seen by the corporates, and we can work closely with them in their transformation journeys. So skilling is a very, very important part of our go-to-market.
Very important for our country. Could you, and if you could share, Subbu, some of the things that you're planning, and some of the things, if you could share, are in the pipeline to enable the new opportunities for MSMEs in our country?
Oh, yes. The catalyst for everything, Shradha, today is cloud. Everything is cloud.
Yeah.
So if we can make cloud affordable, we have won half the battle. The second one is, how can we ensure that going on the cloud is one story, but being able to reap the benefits of cloud, innovate in shorter time cycles is more important. So the onus is on us now to ensure that we deliver those services. Very recently, we announced a Rise with SAP initiative into the market that helps this transformation much more smoother. Okay, I spoke about the investments that we're doing into the country. From a data center perspective, we are getting our cloud
Yeah.
solutions to local data centers. So we are trying to come as close to the customers and to the market as possible. We are trying to assist our customers in India with technology that's easy to consume, with services that we can deliver, and you can focus on the business yourself. So our focus, our next frontier, our expectation is that we'll be able to add a lot more value through our cloud offering and reach a lot more MSMEs in India and help them become globally competitive. That's the outlook that we have for the near term.
One question I have to ask you, and this is, what keeps you excited about the work that you do? What is, if you had to say, hey, this is the purposeful thing, this is what I enjoy, and this is why I do it, what would that be?
So when we work with our customers, when we work with customer organizations, we have the unique advantage of having seen them move from point A to point B. We can actually quantify that we've been able to add value in their processes, in their experience. You name it. Okay. When you are able to see the fruits of your labor transform into visible business benefits, and the customers moving on from just being a partner to a trusted advisor, that's a huge kick. As I said, customer obsession, customer focus has been our obsession for ever since our inception. And being customer focused has its advantages, because when you start off as a vendor, you become a partner, then you become an advisor, and then you are together in the journey. What the customers then want is to co-develop newer solutions with you, okay, into the market, and that expands our repertoire into the market as well. So it's a ecosystem. It's an equal discussion. We first enable you, and then, based on how competitive and innovative you are, we are ahead of the curve in trying to develop those solutions that can take the world one step forward. Right? That's something that keeps us very, very excited about the future.
Yeah, you can see it. So you basically, what you're saying is that seeing someone transform and grow and making that happen, enabling that is fulfilling. Wow. Last question. As a business leader, as someone who is today interacting with MSMEs, today you are driving so much of change. I want to ask you personally, this year, this pandemic year, if you had to say, okay, this was one new learning in my personal journey, what would that be?
So, well, that was a curveball. Okay, there were so many learnings that happened last year, and the key was digital selling, if I would put it that way. Selling for all of us in the real world has been very personal. We in a B2B environment, you connect with your customer prospect, whatever that be, and you enter into a equation of trust, a relation of trust. Now you've got to do all of that virtually, okay? Whether it be through a
Yeah.
video call, whether it be through an audio call. The good thing is, because of the pandemic, everyone was ready to adapt themselves to the new normal. And talking through the video didn't seem like you were missing anything. Of course, it was a
Mm.
little awkward to start with. And I can say that sometime in April last year, 2020, it was awkward. But after that, it became a way of life. We've had not just customer meetings, we have conferences virtual. We've had kickoffs virtual. We had go lives virtual. So it's completely been a different learning for us. If anything, if we have to carry forward last year into this year, we would want to ensure that we are more digital and more virtual. Thereby, we can utilize our time for further reach. The time that you take to travel can be cut down, and you can still be in touch with
Yeah.
your clients. So that is one big eye opener for me, that this kind of a remote setup and remote collaboration can be as effective as a physical meetings can be.
Wow. Thank you. Thank you so much. This will resonate with so many people watching this and with all of us. Thank you, Subbu. Very nice talking to you. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you very much, Shradha. My pleasure to have been here and appreciate this time with you.
Thank you.